Yeah, they tend to like shut it off after a few minutes. So you probably didn't see. I actually found one of our missing gold mines. Yeah. And I did attempt to get the woodpecker, but it didn't work so good. So what I am going to do, around the other side here, all my local reporters have already made themselves visible. It's all good. There's a little pile of some things I uncovered. I'm farting around by the stone wall here. I look at a little pig's tail. Isn't that cute? All different ages worth of stuff. Bottlenecks are my favorite. Maybe I'll do a little of that today. I always find a ton of iron. It's a log splitter. I don't know what the other thing is. Probably from an old tractor. Who knows? But I'm putting this little wall together. It's keeping me busy. Moving it from the old water line. See this little trail here? This is where they used to reroute the water. So I'm kind of digging it up. Everything in the trail of the water I find interesting is dead. Right on down to my favorite tree in the yard where this water goes. A lot of changes since I've lived here. And it tells me that the water's not healthy. Because everything that lives or grows in the natural pathway of the water is dying or dead or has already, moved on to their next plane. I have to pay attention to the water. There's a lot going on on this planet. And the planet gives you lots of clues. See, it continues. And a lot of these rocks I've moved. But right next to this dead tree, in this vicinity, used to be an outhouse type like style thing. And right about here is a massive group of large rocks, which was the hole, I guess, to the outdoor porta potty. One of them anyways. So here, I'll show you. It just continues down here. And there's more. And it went all the way to that nice big tall dead pine tree. My favorite trees ever, but it's dying. It's dead. It's basically dead. Because that's their goal. Kill, and kill some more. And then you get boom! Buttercup, buttercup, oh, buttercup. Yeah, hi David. I saw you before. You put 3 messages on there, and then 3 more hackers showed up, and then the last one said that the live wasn't working. Did you see the woodpecker? He asked me what was going on, and I was trying to chase a woodpecker, and I lost him. What else is new, right? So the other live I took that they cut off, I showed how large the honeycomb was, or the basic nesting material that my European hornet from last year left. So I'll show you. I mean, somebody did a number on this. I pulled out most of the big honeycombs. I don't know if there's anything left here to show you. There's nothing active in here right now, huh? Okay, here's some. So look at my thumbnail and look how big these holes are. When I said those bees were big, this is massive. Not just a little tiny piece. I took a whole bunch of the bigger ones that I found. I just think they're amazing. Look at that. Every little layer of color spit out and organized. They're like bricklayers. I mean, you're going to tell me that we came up with this? We came up with this? I don't think so. We might have watched, learned, and then mastered the skill. I love the inside of this tree. She's my lady tree. If I back up and take a picture of her parts, it's quite beautiful. It reminds me of like, oh, here's another big piece. Reminds me of like a Georgia O'Keeffe painting. And you can't help but think of the feminine. I got this piece out. Ooh, gorgeous, isn't it? Look at all the different layers and colors. Well, that one has a little door. Don't worry about that bee. He's not one of these guys. Just, I mean, amazing. And it's really kind of hard and thick. Yeah, the mailman. He's so friendly. Anyways. David, did you see it? Bee spit, yeah. Oh, so you didn't see the woodpecker? Georgia O'Keeffe. That was very witty. Yeah, you know what I mean. I'll show you. Let me back up a little bit. Oh, look. And there's a pile of nuts. What are you going to do about that? I did. I put a short on. I think I called it Lady. And the funny part was, okay, so it's still funny to me. So this is like a piece of her right here. This is the bottom of her. She does have a lot of other holes that have been used by insects and squirrels and whatnot. But what I found funnier, and then there's the second short. I forget what I called it. I did one of these and just kind of scanned left, and the tree and the walnut tree, the one that drops its nuts next to it right here, seems delighted to be her neighbor. He's always standing at attention. He's like her over there, that one. He seems a little small for her. I mean, this tree in general is really skinny compared to this big, beautiful hunk of... I can't help it. These trees crack me up. And it's just the placement, right? Oh, held for review. What the hell for? We're talking about trees. And those are legitimate black walnuts there on the ground. Okay? But yeah, see, check him out. Pretty big, right? And there, look, see? Whatever. You gotta have a little bit of a sense of humor, right? It's just nature. No pun intended, really. I mean, I don't know. Let's take a look at her back. Oh, she's got... Oh, that's cute. Okay, so something somebody used to sing all the time when I was a kid. And it probably came from an old movie, I'm going to guess, because it was sweet. Or maybe even Benny Hill. They used to sing, she's got dimples on her butt. She's nice. And look, this is the back of her. She's got some nice dimples. She's got dimples on her butt. She's nice. So all these silly little songs. Anyways, like I said, probably came from an old movie. Do we want to venture in here? It's kind of messy in here, but sometimes you never know what you're going to discover. I always find things I don't want to discover around here. And then sometimes when I do my digs, I find some pretty cool stuff. Somebody's old garbage, you know, what are you going to do with it? I don't know, I think it's kind of cool. It just shows me somebody was here. Oh, looky, another Jack. Another little Jack. Hi, buddy. I did show you a bunch of my pulpits. He's got a pretty cool suit, though, doesn't he? Looks like a zoot suit. Love it. You love that song? She's got dimples on her butt. She's nice. Whoa, that plane's kind of low. All right, let's go for a little walk. I wish the woodpecker would come back, because... the parade has begun. Parade has begun. I love these little flowers. They're kind of... This is a whole bucket full of glass and stuff that I dug up. Potteries and stuff. I don't know, I thought one day I would just keep it all and make a big-ass mosaic. Some pretty pieces in there. Yeah. I just let nature kind of fill it up. But see all these pretty colors? I guess the acidity in the soil changes the colors, if I'm not mistaken. Different, kind of the way, what's that flower? Hydrangeas change color based on the acidity, ooh, of the soil. Ooh, slippery. Yeah. So I have to mow around these suckers. I don't have the heart to mow over buttercups. So you can see, like, where I mowed. I left them. I wouldn't make a good landscaper either because I take my time. I don't go 550 miles around the yard, and gives time, you know, for the frogs and everybody else to get the hell out of the way. These landscapers, they're like 75 miles an hour, and there's 6 of them, and I don't know, I saw a little short. There's like a terrified possum and her babies. They don't move fast to begin with. They also can't see very well. Oh, hello. It's Friday, right? I lost track of my days this week. Larry Vincent. She's got freckles on her butt. She's nice. Oh, you found it. Oh, literally, Larry Vincent is responsible for that cute little tune. Thanks, David. I have to quote him now. Oh, yeah, freckles, right. Because I was a freckle-faced kid. Maybe that's why they sung it to me. I turned it to dimples. The luxury of creative, you know, people are stealing my shit. Should I ask Larry? Then again, Larry, I don't know. Larry's probably not around anymore. But hey, Larry, I hope you don't mind. I'm going to substitute freckles with dimples because I think it suits. I think we could probably fill in like a Mad Lib book. A ton of words. That would make that song work. Do you have any other suggestions, David? Since you did all the work of finding Larry. What else does she have? But she's nice. You have any other suggestions? Freckles, that's right. I was a freckle-faced kid. I had so many freckles, and they were good ones. It's a number of photos that really show it. I think I peeled a lot of them off as a preteen. I still have them on my shoulders. You know. Oh yeah, so look at this poor guy. He's lost all his bark at the bottom. They got a little bit hanging on midway. Yeah. This tree was gorgeous when I moved to this property. It's still alive and well, but the birds love this. The tip, that tip broke off a couple winters ago. Just kind of broke off. There was another 5 or 6 feet that went up to a pretty nice point. You can kind of see where it's broken now, but there's a bird who often sits up there. Must be such a great view. But I love how the bark is still just kind of clinging. I don't know, I could sit and look at real stuff all day. I'm losing interest in things that are fabricated. But anyway, yeah, so I'm hoping we'll get a little feedback about the channel that I discovered. Had some ghost data. I believe that was the other term that they used to explain it, because they go back to like olden, I'd say mid-century information in the location that you're at. Oh, Hokey Pokey, who was that? You don't know why you never knew him. How old are you, David? I tell everybody to hokey pokey and turn themselves around when they're in the way. That's a daily song in my house. You probably already know. Because are you one of the people who's like audio taping me and videotaping me without my consent? Oh, actually, I'm pretty damn close to my modem. Isn't that interesting? Or am I just on the wrong side of the yard because I'm connected to a neighbor's modem? You know how this works, right? Yeah. I'm closer to my modem now than I was 10 minutes ago. I'm glad that you know all about that. Definitely not a modem issue. I ripped up all the grounders. I'm not a fan. I can only do what I can do. Yeah. Beep, beep. Beep, beep. I don't do too much. I do just enough. Uh-oh. Are you accusing me of something? You're breaking up. Larry Vincent. I'll never forget that, but, you know, you gave yourself away with the hokey pokey. Oh, what do we have here? Yeah. Do you see what I see? Do you see what I see? I'm just going to pan a little. I wonder if they want to be on my YouTube channel today. Well, they are. You want to sit and watch me? I'm going to sit and watch you too. What's up, buddy? Yeah. Yeah, sometimes the parade stops and makes themselves pretty damn obvious. I don't know why. Like, that's pretty blatant. You know, it's pretty, like, in your face. They're like, uh-oh. She has her phone out. Yeah. See, even the birds are telling me. They're like, dude, pay attention. I have smart birds in this yard, just so you know. They killed off a lot of them. Can't buy bird seed anymore. God forbid I enjoy a bird. Yeah. I'm not allowed to enjoy anything. God forbid I have joy. Well, I guess the live's not working anymore because David disappeared. Found it interesting that he told me I was too far away from my modem. When I was about 25 feet from it, so yeah, you know, sometimes these hackers are a little too helpful for my, you know, my liking. I think it's amazing the audacity that they have. Yeah. And then sing a song that I'm usually singing in my house. Oh, this stuff that they like, I mean, they out themselves on a daily basis, especially with the memes. Those are my favorites, though, because I get a kick out of the fact that they're teasing me about things that I'm doing 5 minutes earlier. I mean, sometimes they're pretty quick. I guess it's just a matter of just searching one word. But these are things I'm doing. They're not things that I'm saying, which tells me they're visually seeing what I'm doing. Meanwhile, I've destroyed a few devices that I found. One of them I purposely put in something and shake it all the time, so it's nice and fucking loud. Just because, you know, if they really want to hear me, I want to make sure they get a really good listen. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, come on. Yeah, and there's a certain company that I definitely would never purchase an item from because I'm pretty sure every single thing that you buy from that company has some form of listening device or viewing potential in it. Anything, especially that you have to plug in or connect to a source of any kind, don't buy it. Do not buy it. Do not buy it. Because technology is so tiny now, they can hide it in just about everything. Might be a good time to find a good spot to sit. I feel like we're gonna just get waves of like funny right now. I'm just getting an urge to sit. Yeah. Right here's a good spot. Yeah. Yeah. So what are you guys doing today? What's going on everybody else's Friday? Isn't this a pretty one? Anybody know why this has so much pink and orange in it? Do you know? There's some sort of audio distortion. That sounds like flapping. Well, it's not an angry woodpecker. What do you suppose that might be, David Smith? Sounds like flapping. You know? Did you hear a bell ring? Because maybe an angel got its wings and it's trying them out for the first time. Flap, 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 flap. Do you hear what I hear? Oh, David Smith, tell me some more. Give me some more advice on how I can make this easier for you guys. Because I don't really try too hard to not make it easy for you. What you see is what you get. And sometimes it's just tiresome. I would like to go back to real life. Remember that? Real life? That was over a year and 5 months ago. Ketchup, fridge, or pantry. Are you for real putting a Q&A on there? Who even puts those on there? The fucking hackers? I don't want that shit. I'm not going to annoy people with questions. That's not my style. Neither are the little freaking Hello Kitty emoticons. I love Hello Kitty. Have many secrets from her when I was a kid. But listen, on my shorts, if you hit the like button, you get like a paw print or a little kitty cat. That is not me, just so you know. That is the hackers doing that. It's somebody who likes all those, I don't know, when you turn yourself into a cartoon instead of being the real you. I'm sorry, I will never use a digitalized face of mine. I've been stuck with this face my whole life. I'm not going to turn it into a cartoon. I mean, more power to you. I love that people love those things. Not my style. So all the little like buttons that turn into emojis, not me doing that. So if you hit a short, if you hit a like on one of my shorts and one of those emojis pops up, please report it. Immediately report it and say that at neighborsue or at the real neighborsue is being impersonated, because those are the little things that they're putting on my content that I do not give them consent to do, nor do I even like it. It's not my style at all. I prefer the little thumbs up that used to be there. So do you hear what I'm saying, Flapper? Oh, hello. You got a little friend. What's up, birdie? You got something to say? They usually have something to say, always. No. But anyway. So, okay, so any of you who notice the emoticons, I mean, just the fact that I can't chat on here tells you that I'm not the one controlling this channel. There's endless clues that can show you that somebody has commandeered my workspace. Yeah, and don't take any of my work and turn it into a cartoon. You don't have the okay to do that. Not on my shorts, none of it. That's just not my style. I'm a naturalist. Always have been. So please don't challenge that. I don't care for that crap. So anybody who does see it, hit a like, and you get a little emoji, report that immediately. Like I said, these people can't help themselves. I think they thought they were going to get away with this forever. They're not. Okay? Look up the song 65. SIXTY-FIVE. See what happens. They're approximately around 2 minutes and some odd second songs. But they're digitalized. Nobody actually created them. AI did it. And there's a whole bunch of them. And basically they're me. Yeah, pretending to be me. As far as the algorithm goes and the copyright information. And did you know that if you have 1 million disputes sent to your channel, that those disputes, those Autobot dispute situations, they create a loop, and a loop that your channel can get trapped in, almost like a black hole. And that's what they did to me. So when people say, I don't see her anymore, or you know what, I didn't see anything in the feed, well, that's because I got sucked into a dispute loop. And just so you guys are all aware, I would say 95% of the copyright complaints or whatever that they've thrown at my channel, I've disputed them. And because all the music that I use is from the YouTube Studio library, it's all protected, it's all available to me. And I've won every single one of them. Even the one where I literally had to write, I don't know if it was Warner Brothers or BMI or something like that, but people use so many fraudulent sites now. You have to look out for TuneCore and DistroKid. That's another one. Those are two that are not good news, okay? And if you have issues with your channel, You may want to search those. If you see them in your disputes, attack them immediately, report them. FTC, report all of it. Because what they're doing is they're just stealing from you. I'm sure I've accrued a lot off ad revenue, especially because of their content that they put out under my copyright and my name and whatever you want to call it. But the fact that they were able to go and scrape, that what it is. They scraped the information from like old banks, and I can't tell you exactly where they took one of the informations from. But I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow. So now that tells me there's a connection there. And I know who it is. I know who's responsible. They're not on the other side of the planet. I mean, they might have hired someone on the other side of the planet. They're definitely connected. And that I'll get to the bottom of, too. It takes me another couple of days of brainstorming to figure this shit out. Do you know that human brains work just like computers if you give them time? You know, time sometimes is a thief, and sometimes, that's a lot of times, it's exactly what you need to process. Processing time is often the key to understanding anything, especially anger and frustration and emotions that are too big. Time. It allows your nervous system to catch up, and people who push for somebody to be better, do better, act better, turn it off really, really fast are the ones who create system overloads. And so basically what I've done is I've allowed these people to just continuously think they're winning and show themselves. I have seen more freckles on their butts. They're not nice. Like, they're just not nice. It's more like the complete opposite. And what they should have done a long time ago was do the hokey pokey and turn themselves around and go attack somebody else. Because, you know, this is a bad move. This was just a bad move. Don't give someone with a brain time to process. It will backfire on you. Oh, my good Lord. Yeah, I would love to, like, write this up and tell you about the emoticons or whatever. Any emojis that appear on my shorts and the likes button, I'm going to repeat again. If you hit the like on any of my shorts, go do an experiment. I don't care if you unlike it, but hit the like. And if you see a cat emoji or a paw print emoji, especially on anything where I have animals, you can report that, because that's not something that I put into my screen. Clearly, somebody who works for either YouTube Studio, YouTube Music, I have found a lot of connections there. A lot of, you know, links that take you to other places, and those places basically, some of them are fraudulent, some of them aren't. But I didn't put those on there. I didn't give consent to put those on there. I certainly wouldn't take you there. Another song just popped into my head. But anyways, yeah, you need to report that shit, because the shit that's not reflective of who I am as a creator doesn't belong on my shorts, even if it's in the feedback section, because every ounce of what I put out there is going to be my style and me. It's not going to be an emoji, I can guarantee you. I'm not going to put a cat face on my like button, or a paw print. I'm just not going to do that. I might use them if I respond to somebody else's content, if it's appropriate, but it's not appropriate on any of my short likes. So, yeah. These guys are on their way out. They don't last too long. They're a little bulb flower. They pop up wherever they want. I don't plant any of these things. I encourage them to grow, recognize them when they're little, and then I leave them alone. With these sedums right here, what are they doing down here? Probably because I picked a weed that had a little bit attached and flung it. And so it decided to grow. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah. I don't know. I like the purple ones, too. Purple stones are kind of fun. I'm making funny noises here. Yeah. So anyway, just want you to know, make sure you're watching and thinking, and if you have the time to do some searches and you want to pick some random, 3 words or so to triangulate and search, you might find out exactly what information they use to steal your content. Because I found you, and you owe a few people an apology. Especially one family who doesn't live around here anymore. They will absolutely be notified. Because I know the person, actually all the people with these surnames and whatnot that you decided to borrow and pretend were you are all passed away. And to me, that's very disrespectful to use any information that you weren't given. Okay, you can't just scrape old information. Can't do that and then pretend it's yours. You're really messed up. I mean, but hackers, man, they got nothing better to do than figure out a new way to hack somebody. I don't know. I would much rather use my time in a different manner. In this case, I've had to use all my time to figure you people out. That's been oh so joyous, just so you know. You think you can take my joy away? Well, damn, that's loud. Yeah, good old diesel. Yeah, oh, did you know there's been a noise campaign here, too? That's the one I get the most fun out of. Because I can literally call it. First of all, they'll wait for me to set up a quiet spot, make a cup of coffee, and within 30 seconds to 2 minutes of me sitting down, it begins. I like to mow the lawn when I hear somebody else mowing the lawn. I'd rather everybody make noise at one time so everybody can be peaceful at the same time. I mean, to me, that would be teamwork, but it doesn't work like that around here. As soon as you put your lawnmower away, somebody will take theirs out. And they sit and they wait and they pounce. It's really quite cute. Yeah, it's all good. I don't mind noise, noise that goes with the season. It is what it is. Especially after it rains, the grass tends to grow. But I try not to be a nuisance. I try to be respectful. I don't let my animals bark at night. I don't. It's called respect. It's just mutual respect. I don't know. A lot of people, I guess, didn't grow up understanding how important that is when you're in a community. So is not turning something small into something bigger when it's already huge and unnecessary. I never disappeared. I never went anywhere. Okay? People just forgot. They just forgot. They got wrapped up in a falsity and forgot. Forgot to check the facts. You gotta check the facts. One more person tells me to do, check your credit. Well, I have checked my credit, and guess what? I've lived in a couple of different places, and it's all falsified information. So, once you're hacked somewhere, you're hacked everywhere. It doesn't matter how many phones you get. It doesn't matter how many carriers you get. And if it's somebody in your neighborhood who's basically stolen your VPN, or it doesn't really matter. And, even if your provider sends you a whole new modem setup, well, guess what? It takes them approximately 22 minutes to flip that information over into theirs, too. Listen, I'm dealing with a whole bunch of hackers in this neighborhood alone. These are computer people. I know who they are. Everybody wears a hat around here. Everybody has a title. Don't get me started on titles, because somebody might have to take me outside and explain to me how to talk to people with titles. Oh, good Lord. There were 4 of us in the room who heard that, and I'm going to guess it's going to be 3 against 1. But I love telling it because she didn't appreciate my response, which was, oh, hell no. You will do no such thing. You will do no such thing. Listen, you earn respect with or without a title. You get the benefit of the doubt until you mess up. And once you've messed up, yeah, there was a lot of making up to do. And if anything, I feel like she brought her shit shovel. And she was just digging every time she opened her mouth. She dug the hole a little deeper. And I was just like, wow. And you forced me to come here on a day you thought it was going to take me away from something that I needed to do. Well, she didn't look at the whole routine. She didn't look at the whole schedule. So it didn't bother me. It was just, no. No means no. And then if you force somebody, listen, please. Oh, man. Listen, the facts are the facts. So, you want to check those facts? Please check them. Please, before you assume anything, check the facts. Although I don't 100% recommend an AI search because, yeah, what's up? AI searches, I was a little disrespectful, but I had to remind somebody. They said, oh, I'll get the notebook, and I'll go look at the notebook, and I'll tell you what was written down and what was recorded. I said, yeah, okay. And I said, can you tell me about the fires? And she's like, oh, yeah, this particular year and just recently. I said, really? I said, you don't find that to be a coinkydink? She says, no. So I told her what I discovered, and I said, oh, yeah, I found that on AI. I did an AI search. And she goes, I wouldn't trust AI. And then she reads from the ledger, and I said, was that in the office where the fire was? And she's like, I said, yeah, does it look like it's newly written or it's 150 years old? I'm thinking in my head. And then I said, and it was kind of rude, and I didn't mean it to be disrespectful in a sense, but due to the person I was speaking to, it felt incredibly appropriate. Oh, look, more company. You want to come hang out? I mean, instead of pulling in over there and staring at me, why don't you pull over here? I don't get it. Look, they never go anywhere. They pull 500 feet and then they sit. And then they're like, oh, does she still see me? Yeah, I see you. Anyways, I said, well, wasn't the Bible rewritten every time somebody passed it along? You know, like every time, like books from, you know, those centuries ago, they weren't printed. They weren't mass produced. Somebody had to sit with a little pen and ink and rewrite it. Did you know your hand gets tired when you're rewriting stuff? Maybe the candle went out. Maybe their eyes got tired. Maybe they just left a few phrases out. Maybe they left a few pages. Maybe they left a few chapters. And I said that to her. I was like, yeah. I was like, but so many things have been written over time. And she stopped. She was like, good point. I mean, the whole thing is, if you don't check the facts and you don't look at the facts that surround those facts, the thing was, I had more facts than the AI. I provided those facts. Concrete facts from century ago memorabilia, if you want to call it that. And they're still making me question myself? Yeah, no. But I don't know, David, did you want to tell me if I'm too close to my modem now? Or am I too far away? Is the flapping still happening? I could be sitting on my modem, and if they want to block me, they will, because it's basically not my modem. It's connected to one of these lovely neighbors of mine, or maybe multiple, since they all get dressed up to come out when I come outside. It's all good. It's not all good, guys. It's bad. You think they have something else to do? I wouldn't do this to somebody. I wouldn't rearrange my whole schedule for a new appliance. I don't need a reward, thanks. Wait, come on. Please, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, I wonder how many of these minutes are actually going to show when it uploads. Because the last time I did a live like this, it was a half an hour. Right around a half an hour, and only 6 minutes got uploaded. Yeah. Funny, I used to get pulled over. I had a Subaru one time, a white Subaru. And we bought it from a teenager, I think, as a young person. And the windows were as black, and you couldn't see. You know, they were tinted. And it wasn't something that I chose or I would do to my car. And I actually I peeled most of it off that I could. But I used to get pulled over all the time on my way to work. And one time I said to them, I'm like, do you not see me go past you every day? How are you don't recognize me? Look at the license plate. You pull me over in the same place and talk about my windows every other day. I can't do anything about it right now. If you look, I managed to get 2 of them off. I'm working on it. But I didn't put it on there. And they gave me the whole spiel about the certain percentage that was allowed to be covered. Do you know how many cars go past my house? I couldn't tell you if there's one person in there. I couldn't tell if the car drives itself. My favorite are when people go by and their car seat is laying down so low, it looks like an empty car. I mean, it might as well be one of those drive-yourself cars. And But I'm always like, wow. And then I like the people who turn their neck really hard. Lately it's been the hand over face gesture. I'm like, wow, you do not want me to see your face? Because I see your whole hand blocking your face. I don't know. If I'm spying on somebody and I'm that obvious, I might as well wave hello, give them a big ass smile. I'm just tired of this. Can this be over now? Like, it's just old. You know, like, everything's old. Yeah, even me. I've aged so much since this all began. Complete waste of my year and, let me see, February, March, April, May. Wow. Yeah. A whole year and 5 months of putting up with this bullshit so far. Even though it was always happening in my life, just with bigger breaks in between. So I would always coin it up to bad luck or, you know, wrong time, wrong place. But actually, I have now been able to itemize so many happenings that were actually very deliberate, orchestrated mess-ups. I told you, I'm probably alive due to human error. My favorite of all. Yeah, that's why patience is a virtue. Yep. Yeah, so, hi. And the people who drive by with their phones, like, stuck to their windows, those are good too. Yeah. I'm waiting for whatever I ate today to affect my nervous system. Yeah, because, you know, I've just been one big walking experiment over the last however many months. The big X's of airplane crap